I am here with Sara Martin today, and I am so excited because Sara is one of my clients that have just done phenomenally on WildFit. And I wanted to get together with Sara today and ask her a few questions and share with potential clients about her success that she had during the program. So let's jump in. Sara, how did you find out about WildFit?
I found out about WildFit through my husband. He had basically worked with people that had done it, and in the office he saw nothing but people, with success, and they had nothing but good things to say about not just their results, but the process through the whole WildFit.
Yeah. So how did that motivate you to want to do it though?
Well, he was first telling me about it and I was like, oh, that's nice. And I didn't really, think much of it in terms of I'm ready to jump in yet. It was, I think, maybe a couple months later that he, really said something about the results. And it was just one of those points in my life where I was like, I really need to do something. And WildFit immediately came to mind because of people that we had personally known that had seen success with it.
Okay, great. And so what was your personal history with your health and with diets? Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes. So growing up, I was always, if I can say, an athlete. I was a cheerleader. I was softball player. I was even, weightlifting. I was never petite, but at the same time, I was always fit or strong is what I would think people would describe me as growing up. And then as life happens and children happen, that part of your life just kind of goes away. And for me, it was, very much in the background. And it was more of, just whatever convenience was, that's what I was going to do. If it's not convenient to go work out, it's not convenient to go and get the healthiest food or cook the healthiest meals. It's more convenient to grab fast food.
Yeah.
So my health kind of went along with my diet as very unhealthy, and on a family level, not the greatest diet or health history there either. And it just kind of was like, oh, that's, in my family, it's supposed to be me, and then it was to a point where I'm like, if I don't make a change, I'm going to get to the point where it's going to be too late to make a change.
Yeah. So did you try a bunch of diets previous to this?
I don't know if I've tried everything, but pretty close. The fad diets of only eat this type of food, the fasting. I had even gone to like personal trainers before where the weight would come off, but it doesn't stay off.
Right.
Yes, just about every diet you can think of that looked like a quick fix.
Yeah.
I would try because I was still in the mindset of it needs to be fast and I need to see results or it's not worth it. So most of the fad diets I tried, even the working hard and working out I have tried as well, but it just never stuck.
So can you describe what your WildFit experience was like?
So my WildFit experience.
Before you do that, don't give away too many details about the plan. But kind of like your general overall experience.
Okay.
Yes.
So my experience with WildFit was a very wide range.
Okay.
From everything, just being so excited, couldn't wait, can't wait for the next day, couldn't wait for it to start, to just, this is hard.
Yeah.
But I would say the experience was worth it. I had and it really is not a diet. Like that is not even something I would categorize WildFit. It is definitely not a diet. It definitely didn't just change my lifestyle. It changed my life, and it changed people's around me lives. And it, changed the way I think about not just food, but life in general.
So may I ask how it changed people around you, how it changed your life, and what ways did it do that?
Well, I've just had a different outlook on what we put into our bodies. My son, who is now 19, had very extreme bad eczema. like for the skin. He had had it since, I mean, he was 1 year old. He's had it his whole life. And it had always flared up where he wouldn't wear short sleeve shirts for a period of time. And we had been to doctors and dermatologists and, any specialists you could think of to help with eczema. And you'd always give him something. And again, it would work for a little bit, but then eventually it just wouldn't work. At this point, we're talking about a teenage boy. So they're not the easy and cleanest creatures. But just by doing some changes in his diet and watching what his mom and dad were doing and trying it, his eczema is now under control.
All right.
Not from drugs or not from prescriptions, but from eating healthy.
Wow.
So I know it did change his life.
So when you did the 90 days, did your whole family do it with you at the same time?
Not the whole family. Well, not by choice. Let's say that my husband and I did it together, which was absolutely wonderful for us. It's always great having a support system. And that's one of the things we loved about WildFit is, having a coach there to help guide you, not berate you when you do something wrong, but guide you when you get like, that's okay. It's not a diet. You didn't make a mistake. You're just living your life. Here's how you can get back on track.
Yeah.
So that support system with my husband and of course our coaches in the class is really one of the things we loved about WildFit. But as a family, we had started eating differently and our dinners had changed. And it turned into every night we were eating dinner as a family at a table. And our kids were eating what we were eating. They were eating the vegetables that, I'm going to go ahead and admit that they probably were never eating before.
Yeah.
Yes, they both have vegetables they don't like, but they're actually few and far between. They were eating good, healthy, clean eating with vegetables, and they love it. One of their favorite meals now is nothing but good, clean eating.
That's awesome. I do want to hold you and Travis up. I led this. Well, usually I have a small group. Well, with Travis, with Sara and her husband, it was a very small group. It was just the two of them. And it was so fun to coach you guys because you two were so supportive and encouraging to one another. You guys inspired me in so many ways and I could see you inspire each other. And that was just phenomenal to see you guys help each other, encourage each other, push each other when you needed to, but mostly just encourage one another. It was such a blast to coach you. I just have to tell you that. It really was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how cool that your family kind of ate what you made. And so did you have to make like separate meals just for them when you were doing the 90 days?
When we first started, there was a couple things that we were like, if you boys want to add this to your meal, you can. And we had still bought the things that we weren't eating, but gradually they didn't need it either. And so don't get me wrong, they're teenage boys and they will go out and they'll get, something that they want. But as far as like in the house, they eat what we do. So we don't have to make any extra meals for them at all. Because they're realizing, how beneficial it is to eat healthy.
So I know one of the things that you shared with me was that, going from school to going from college into having a young family, being busy with your family, both of your boys are athletes and all of the stuff that a busy mom, full-time working mom does. How did you find WildFit? Was it hard for you to manage all of that?
I don't know if it was hard to manage. It was an adjustment. We just had to kind of change our priorities to, what's healthy for our lifestyle rather than what's quick and easy. We still eat together as a family, but I will admit that it's usually around 4:30, 5 o'clock because the boys have a very busy after school schedule. And sometimes Travis can't get there by 5 o'clock, but he'll eat the leftovers or what's in the crock pot. And, we do try to have that family meal around, 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's early if the boys have to go, and sometimes it's just me and Travis later on, but we do sit and have that meal together. Our breakfast is quick and easy, and we've, learned little tricks along the way how to make it even better. And again, that's what that support system does, is it takes, what's the hard part for you and kind of guides you into how to make it fit what you needed to do.
That's great. That's awesome. So what was your biggest takeaway from doing WildFit?
My biggest takeaway from doing WildFit was that, well, when we started WildFit, the goal was the weight. It was releasing the weight and, getting down in size. That was the goal. What I realized doing through WildFit is that releasing the weight is a side effect of what it's actually all about. And that is just being healthy and my body like repairing itself. And, I'm still going through the process. So there's things that I still notice on a daily basis when I walked up and down the stairs 4 times and I realized, oh my gosh, I just walked up and down the stairs 4 times. And it wasn't even a thought of, oh gosh, I have to take a step. So I think the biggest takeaway is really just how much better like you feel and how your body feels differently, and not just the weight, but it's a good side effect.
Yeah, it is. Do you feel like sharing that? Your side effect?
My weight release. Currently I'm just under releasing 80 pounds. So I'm hoping by the end of the week, I'm around 80 pounds. And, I have that big goal of releasing 100 pounds. It'll be in the new year, which is okay, because again, this is, the rest of our lives that we're working on this. So, but that is, the ultimate goal to get, over 100 pounds released.
That's so awesome. I am so proud of you and I'm so excited for you. So you started this 90-day challenge. Do you remember when?
Well, I know it was in May because I remember that was, for me, it was Teacher Appreciation Week and all they did was shove food and sweets at us. So I know it was in the beginning of May. I think we might have actually started end of April, early May.
Yeah. So it's December now. So it hasn't been all that long. That's really fantastic that you've had such a big release and so much change. That's just fantastic. You also had a big victory at work or big recognition at work. Do you feel like sharing that? I'm putting Sarah on the spot on that one. I didn't tell her I was going to talk about that one.
Sure. This year after, oh my gosh, how many years have I been teaching? 16 years of teaching. Yes, I was recognized as Teacher of the Year at my school.
Woo! That is so cool. So how do you think all of these changes in your life, do you think or how do you think any of these changes might have attributed to some of that?
Absolutely. And I'm going to go ahead and admit that during the COVID pandemic, I blamed a lot of this on, well, I was just sitting behind a desk doing school across a computer.
Right.
Or I would run out of breath walking down the hallway because I had a mask on. Not really. I would have ran out, I would have been short of breath had I not had the mask on. So that was just kind of a cover for what was going on health-wise. But then even when we went back to school, I was still mostly, if I could sit behind my desk. But, this year it has been much more active and walking around and, we're out playing recess and I'm running around with the kids and walking across the playground and, doing a lot more things that I really wasn't doing, in a couple of years past because, when you, and everything aches from walking all day, you're not in the happiest positive mood. So I really feel like this also kind of shifted that as well.
Yeah, it does. It just kind of changes everything, doesn't it? I'm so happy for you. That is so cool. Just so cool. Okay. So it's been a little while since you completed the 90-day challenge. How has Living WildFit gone for you?
I think it's gone pretty well. It has not been perfect. We're still, learning along the way. Finding out what things are there. There's a whole bunch of activities at school that I go to and I just, I bring my water and that's all I have. That's all I need at the time. We've been living life as a family. We've gone on vacations and done things that I would not have done before WildFit. And there's still things that we're looking forward to doing together as a family on vacations because of WildFit. But we're living life, and we know it's a journey. It's not a diet, so there's no deadline of I have to be doing this at this time. We're just, eating the healthiest and clean that we can. And, I think we're being successful with it.
That's awesome. So you almost doubled your weight release since you finished your 90 days, right? Pretty close.
Almost. Yes.
Almost, yeah. That's awesome. So do you feel deprived?
Do I feel deprived? No, not at all. We had Thanksgiving, and I said no to a couple things, but it wasn't because I felt like I had to say no. It was a no that I didn't want it. It wasn't,
Yeah.
something that I felt like I needed at the time.
Mhm.
But I won't give away what it was.
No, that's fine. But do you enjoy, like, if there is something that you want, do you enjoy it if you want it?
Yes, absolutely. If there's something, that we feel like we want, and like our body needs something, then we know how to, live that healthy style. We know how to live WildFit now.
Yeah. Man, oh, you're just so awesome. I'm so excited for you. I wish that I could put up a before picture of you, because you're just glowing. Your smile's brighter, your eyes are brighter. You're giggly and happy. It's just awesome. Okay, so my last question is, I would love to share this video with people who are maybe considering doing WildFit, and they don't really know if the financial investment, the time investment is really worth it. Is it just too hard to do with a busy life? That kind of stuff. What would you say to somebody who was thinking about this? And do you have any suggestions to them about any of this?
I would say that if you are ready to take your life seriously, then it's time to make the change. If you're looking for a quick fix diet, this is not it. This is something that will benefit you for the rest of your life. It's not just about what you don't eat, it's more about what you need to eat and what your body needs to be at its healthiest. So if you really want to be at your healthiest, this is the path for you. If you want someone there for you that's going to support you and keep that support throughout your life, then this is the journey that you need to go on.
Cool. Thank you. Do you have anything else that you feel like sharing that I didn't ask you about that you would like to talk about?
There's just so many things besides the weight release that we have benefited from. Travis, as you know, had migraines daily, if not daily, 6 times a week. Just so bad that he could not fall asleep without, either like me rubbing his head or some type of pill. He had gone to doctors and neurologists, and they were just like, oh, just take more pills. He doesn't have migraines anymore. I don't even think he has headaches anymore, unless he's, we've been really loud about something. But I mean, never thought that would be a side effect of just eating the way your body needs you to eat.
Yeah.
Putting on clothes that you haven't worn in 3 or 4 years and you're like, oh, this fits. It's just such an amazing feeling. And it's, you don't feel young again. You feel like a brand new person because, you might be at a different weight than you were when you were younger, but now you have all this knowledge behind it. And it's something that you earned and you feel so great about. And there's just so many great benefits to this besides the weight release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are great stories. Thank you. All right, so let's see. What do you think the year ahead brings for you? What are you looking to have the year ahead bring to you, continuing to live WildFit?
So the year ahead for the weight release, I'm looking to get that 100.
Yeah.
That 100. So that's one of our goals. We have a family cruise planned. And like one of my fears was always like, my family can't do something because my weight or health is holding them back. Yeah. So we plan this big cruise and we want to go zip lining.
Yeah. And
so that's something that we are planning and we're looking forward to. And just, fun family trips that were sometimes not feasible before.
Mhm.
And now, like, there's nothing holding us back anymore.
Yeah. That's cool. And that was a big thing for you, wasn't it? When you signed up, you wanted to be able to do fun family activities and not have your weight hold you back. That's awesome.
Right. Now, in the future, not the near future with grandkids, but the far, far future.
Sara, I am so excited for you. I'm excited for your new lease on life. I'm excited about your improved health, how radiant you look, how sparkly you look, more confident than I remember ever seeing you. It's just fantastic.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, you are marvelous. So thank you so much for sharing your WildFit story. And I hope that this was helpful for somebody who's watching and is wondering if this could be for them. Just hearing Sara's legitimate words and how this has helped her. And just for the record, I sent Sara the list of questions I would ask, but I didn't tell her what to say. Those were all her own honest replies. Is that correct?
That is correct. I did look over the questions and kind of think, because I didn't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a script, or I wasn't reading anything.
That was awesome. So this was a genuine, honest testimonial where you're at. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.